dose. It's not concentration you have to look at, it's dose. How many milligrams a day did you swallow? Fluoride accumulates in the bone over a lifetime. The first symptoms of skeletal fluorosis are identical to arthritis. We've never studied that issue in the United States. Fluoride can make the bone more brittle, increasing fracture risk. Two important studies there. There's an unrefuted study that shows that fluoride increases the risk of osteosarcoma by 5 to 7 times in young boys when exposed to fluoridated water in their 6th, 8th years. That's never been refuted. But even so, Dr. Johnson here could get up and say there is absolutely no evidence of harm. Well, that isn't no. There is evidence. The fact that he doesn't recognize it or believe it is not the point. It's out there in the literature, and it's documented. It was peer-reviewed, and it was published. Fluoride accumulates in the human pineal gland, Luke 2001, and lowers melatonin production in animals. Neither finding has been pursued in any fluoridated country. Why not? The National Research Council said several lines of information indicate an effect of fluoride exposure on thyroid function. And even though this issue has been recognized since the 1930s, no fluoridating country has studied this issue epidemiologically until the study by Peckham and others in 2015. They found an association between the prevalence of hypothyroidism in the UK and fluoride levels in the water. Again, no evidence of harm. What is that study? Okay, you can disagree with it, you can challenge the methodology, but the fact that it's there and it should be recognized and it should be discussed and admitted to by the proponents. It's apparent that fluorides have the ability to interfere with functions of the brain. Since that statement was made by the National Research Council, there have been another over 200 more brain studies published since 2006. So here are some of those 300 plus brain studies. The Harvard meta-analysis, which Johnny referred to, the Harvard team, it was 27 studies that they looked at, published in the Environmental Health Perspective. They admitted that there were weaknesses in the studies. Largely there wasn't enough information. But what they also stressed, which Dr. Johnson just forgot to tell you, was that they found a remarkable consistency in these results. That 26 out of these 27 studies found a lowering of IQ in the high fluoride village. And these studies were done at different times by different research teams in different countries and different geographical areas, but they all found, except one, lowering of IQ in the high fluoride village, and the lowering was substantial, 7 IQ points on average. Dr. Philippe Grandjean said fluoride seems to fit in with lead, mercury, and other poisons that cause chemical brain drain. But these IQ studies are only the tip of the iceberg as far as the studies indicating fluoride is neurotoxic. Over 100 animal studies shows that fluoride can damage the brain. 34 out of 36 animal studies dealing with learning and memory showed animals exposed to fluoride were impacted. 51 now out of 58 human studies. 12 studies, 7 human and 5 animal linked fluoride with other brain dysfunctions. And 3 fetal studies shows that fluoride could damage the fetal brain. The animal studies, remember this, there are many weaknesses in animal studies, but the good thing about animal studies is you can control everything except the thing that you're looking at. So you can put animals in mazes, and the only difference between 2 groups of animals is that one's had fluoride and the other one hasn't. And the ones who got fluoride don't learn so well.